I see even the places where people are renting that they will feel confident that when they pay their rents, dividends will come back to them.
You're watching the Spotlight Network, starring Hollywood's newsman,
And if you're just
Logan
to
Crawford.
investigators, they now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're talking community wealth building, faith-fueled economics, and a bold plan to transform West Philadelphia, $1 at a time. We're talking to an amazing author, an amazing thinker. His name is Aaron Maxwell Montague, and he breaks down the West Philadelphia Billionaire Society, that's the name of his book, as a practical blueprint to pull $1 a day from everyday people into community-owned businesses, jobs, and dividends. If you care about generational wealth, ownership, and real solutions to poverty and displacement, this conversation, this book, is for you. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Prime 7 Media for helping us put him in the spotlight today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Aaron, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
This is quite a bold concept, a great plan. It seems easily done, $1 a day. Even people of limited means have $1 a day to spare. Talk to us about how you came up with this idea.
You know, this idea came up to me, well, literally about 10 years ago. I didn't know that it would be a book. I thought it might be a talk or inspirational talk or an idea, but as it marinated, it grew into this passion for this book, and so yeah, I just seen the lack of ownership in my own community and communities around the world.
Yeah. Ownership, investment, it makes for better citizenship. It makes for people more invested literally in their communities. They're less likely to want to harm it, destroy it, or whatever the case might be. And it gives them a lot of pride. Ownership is a great thing. So talk to us, give us an overview of the plan. $1 a day from everybody in America, $1 a day from everybody in West Philadelphia. Talk to us a little bit about the specifics of the plan without getting too much into the weeds.
Sure. And so with the West Philadelphia Billionaire Society, West Philadelphia is just being a blueprint, but this can be overlaid on literally any community. But if you took 1 million people and gave $1 a day for every day for a year, that'd be $365 million.
Right.
And so what can you do with $365 million? What can you do with $1 million? With $30 million in a month, $365 million in a year? You can make a substantial change in the lives of the people who are in those communities. They will not just be consumers, they will be owners.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, this also seems bipartisan or even apolitical. I mean, I could see Democrats for it. I could see Trump Republicans for it. I mean, because Republicans are all about taxing less and giving money back to the community, and Democrats are all about fostering growth within the community. So this could be common ground here, right?
It could be, and I certainly hope that it is. But with this caveat, Logan, I would like to see this be a grassroots effort. You know, in my thinking, this is something that is, as you said, apolitical, that neither party would necessarily have to endorse or to push or anything like this, but this is something that happens from the ground up.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll actually shape policy.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't really need government involved.
Yeah,
because it
that's
would
right.
just be the people themselves pitching in their dollar to the organization that would run this. What
Mhm.
type of organization do you envision running the program, administering the program?
So I kind of look at this from the 30,000 feet view. So I really haven't gotten down into the weeds. That kind of thinking drives me crazy.
Yeah, yeah. You're more of a
So
big picture guy.
yes, I am,
Yeah,
so, but it will definitely be a management team,
yeah,
literally investors, lawyers, business people, putting this thing together and making it work. And what's going to be so unique about it is that the voices of the people will be echoed throughout the entire plan.
yeah.
So
Absolutely. And I would hope all of the administrators would work pro bono. If you're getting those type of people, lawyers and accountants and so forth, this could be part of their giving back to the community. And I think that would be wonderful as well.
Sir, I would say I would like to see every one of them paid.
Okay, really? Okay.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. This will be a professional staff.
Okay.
Everybody will be paid because that's part of the vision of WPBS. You know, um, uh, the administration portion should not take. You know, and I very deliberately pulled this right out of the clouds.
Yeah.
But the administration portion should not take more than $15 million a year.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
know,
Absolutely. You've got to keep a
so
good donation to
yes.
spending ratio, no doubt, to make
Hmm.
everybody feel
Hmm.
like everything is above board. Let's talk about the type of businesses you would invest in. What's needed in communities like West Philadelphia to strengthen the community?
So every aspect, if it's you talk about something simply as a gas stations, mini marts, um, and then supermarkets, because there are many food deserts in the area.
Mhm.
You talk about healthcare, clinics, hospitals, just overall, even entertainment venues, you
Mm.
know all
Yeah.
all of that. The people literally own none of the stuff.
Yeah.
you know and so this is ownership, this is an investment, this is not charity, this is not you know group funding, if you will. This
Yeah.
is actually investment, so there will be dividends paid out on the investments as soon as they start producing.
Exactly. And like you said, there are
Hmm.
certain things that every community needs. They need grocery stores, probably first and foremost. They need gas
Hmm.
stations to fuel their vehicles. They need daycare centers to take care of their children so they can work. And decent housing. I mean,
And
revitalizing the
housing.
housing in poorer areas would also go a long, long way. Talk to us about your vision, how this would help
Yes.
with housing.
So it's a couple of things. When I was growing up, people were it remind me of the Jeffersons. You make a little bit of money, you move out of the neighborhood.
Right.
you know,
Moving on up, as they used to say on
moving
the
on up. Yes. So
on the
so
Jefferson.
what I'm actually envisioning is that people start making money and building the neighborhood, revitalizing the neighborhood. And so I see, some of the existing homes being renovated. And, I see the dilapidated homes being removed and new housing being built. I see even the places where people are renting, that they will feel confident that when they pay their rents, dividends will come back to them.
Hmm.
So it should be a sense of ownership because it's part of the West Philadelphia Billionaire Society.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hmm.
I worked with the Million Man March quite frequently, and their saying was, if you get 1 million people together, you can do anything. Even if you get 100 people together, you're 100 people strong then. So there really is strength in numbers, and I think that's one of the great things about your plan is that it will coalesce a community into a common cause of empowering that community. And I guess that's at the bottom of it. That's the spirit of it all, right?
Yes, yes, the million people is key to this, you
Mhm.
know, because it is the strength in those numbers, and is the ability to do things. You can take 100,000 people and do it, but it will be so much tougher
Yeah,
to get it done, you
yeah.
know.
Uh,
Um,
uh,
Imagine if I started a business and I had $1 million a day to get that thing up and running. You
right.
know, that thing would be profitable. It wouldn't be take 5 years to become profitable.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
it 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 it'd take a couple months before it starts turning profit.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
This plan of yours is also in part faith-based. Talk to us about how faith and scripture play a role in it all.
Well, um, because I am a minister,
Hmm.
I am a firm believer in Jesus Christ.
Hmm.
I come from a faith community, so I wrote this one from a faith perspective,
Hmm.
from my own perspective,
Yeah.
you know. And also, I wanted people to know that um, this kind of economics is not contradictory to what they believe.
Hmm.
A lot of people have this cognitive dissonance thing about faith and money.
Hmm.
You know, this is stewardship.
Yeah.
This is actually um, um, being stewards over the gifts that God has given us, and the stewardship is a mandate.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
our wealth is a mandate, and it shows that you know that God has blessed us, and
Yeah.
He has. You know.
Yeah. It's funny. I was talking to my wife the other day about if we wanted to in this country, could we make a society where everybody lived at a decent level, where they got decent healthcare, decent housing, and not live in an and supply demand society? Because there's a lot of talk about this now with AI coming about. They say there'll be
Yeah.
no more scarcity. So it's an interesting concept. I think your plan would end scarcity in some of the hardest hit areas. And I think hearkening back to the religious aspect of this, you're not giving people fishes. You're teaching the people how to fish. And that's what it's all about. And that's the message of Jesus as well, to give a man a fish, he eats for a day, teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime, without a doubt. And
Mhm.
I think it's great. What do you hope readers learn or do, or how they're called to action after reading your book?
Oh, that's a good question, Logan. And I'm going to tell you this: that this book is a manifesto. It is not a book to be read and contemplated and set upon a shelf and to move away from. This book is one that I would love to see start a national conversation
Mhm.
and start a national movements. And so we talk about West Philadelphia, but this, like I said, West Philadelphia is just a blueprint. This can be duplicated in Baltimore, Detroit, and across the globe.
Yeah.
And imagine this: if all of the um, chapters, I'm going to say chapters, are still with a common goal. Now you're not talking about 1 million voices. You're talking about 2 million, 10 million, a
Mhm.
100 million. You
Yeah.
know, with a common idea and a common goal.
Exactly. And
Hmm.
ownership and investment is so empowering. If you look at the Bronx, New York, for example, you've got a lot of areas that are unlivable. One of the areas that's very livable is Co-op City. Why? Because those people own their homes, they own their apartments, and it makes
Hmm.
a much difference, a big, huge difference in ownership and in participation in community life and caring for the structure itself. So I
Hmm.
really think you're onto something here, and I wish you a lot of great luck with it. The name of the book we've been talking about today is the West Philadelphia Billionaire Society. It is a practical blueprint to pool $1 a day from everyday people into community-owned businesses, jobs, and dividends. If you care about generational wealth, ownership, and real solutions, not pie-in-the-sky solutions, but real solutions to poverty and displacement, this book is for you. Aaron, thank you so much for joining me here today.
And thank you, Logan.
I appreciate your time, your insight, and the wonderful work you've done on this book. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time.